Well, folks, first thing is I'm going to apologize. It's been way too long since my last report, probably pushing at least 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks. A bunch of issues between moving from the Salmon River back up. As you can tell, I'm on my brown trout streams now. It's brown trout time, November. But also, I was a little bit slow on doing I think I just heard a brown blurp behind me. A little slow on the reports because of what was happening on the Salmon River at the time. You know, as I always say, conditions can and do change quickly. By the time I had a report literally ready to go to editing, the conditions changed that quickly. So it was just trying to get something out that was relatively accurate, and with everything just changing so fast. So please keep in mind, even right now, conditions do and can change quickly. So I got that disclaimer out of the way. But first, a couple of announcements. We do have a few December dates available. I'm not sure how many, but we do have a couple still available. Also, if you're interested in the spade casting clinic, we are taking names for a mass emailing. The clinic will be the last weekend in August. As we get closer, I get more details. It's a 4-hour, 5-hour morning clinic. We do one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And we keep the groups to no more than 10 people with 2 instructors. But anyways, if you're interested, we'll send a mass emailing out probably late May, early June, and with all the details and the cost and everything for it. So if you're just interested, just send an email and we'll put you on the list. So that's pretty much what's going on. Oh, by the way, there's a few people waiting on fly boxes. If I haven't gotten to you, please be patient. I'm on my way. I'm almost out of boxes. So once again, thanks for the support with the fly boxes. There'll be more coming in the future. And also, a lot of people stopped and said hello on the river. Yeah, it's great meeting you. But let's get talking about the fishing. I'm going to start first up on the Salmon River. Salmon River we're having water problems, as many of you probably know right now. The reservoir is 3/4 into the original riverbed, so it's just about out of water. I'm amazed that the water flow release from the dam is 285 units. I think it's a real skinny 285 units. I think they're kind of skimping us on what to say they're giving us. So the water is very low. We're almost out of water. I'm surprised we haven't gone to 100 CFS yet, to be honest with you. The other issue that's going on is you get a lot of wind, there's a lot of leaves. I know Ricky's had and George's had some real frustrating days dealing with leaves up there, but we get a little bit of rain. The leaf hatch issue should be going away, should be running its cycle, so hopefully that'll be out of the way. There is a nice jag of steelhead sitting in the estuary. They just won't move for a variety of reasons. Only the fish know. The river has been at 285 long enough. It shouldn't be an issue with water flows. It's been consistent enough. They should be moving. They just don't want to move. They're being fish. So that's kind of what's going on. However, each day there's a small handful that'll break out of the estuary. And if you're fishing the Douglas and Salmon Run, the trick there is, at this point, there's no real concentrations. So what you want to do is cover a whole bunch of water. They seem to be holding best in the deeper pockets with a lot of fast water, those deeper runs. But it's a coverage game. The more water you cover, the better odds you are getting into a small handful of fish. It's primarily been because of the leaves. George has been fishing it, and they haven't been doing much swinging because the leaves have been doing a lot of dead drifting. You get your fly down, you can drift with the leaves and at least make a presentation before you pick up and have to pick leaves. So they've been dead drifting because of the leaf hatch. However, with most of the spawning done down there, those steelhead coming through, if you get a clean morning with some clean water, swinging should be pretty productive, and you can get through a lot of water very quickly. Even your bigger pools where those fish won't be concentrated, a swing presentation would probably be your best bet because you can fish through that run very effectively. As always, keep our small mini intruders, wet flies, a lot of classics in this low water work good, classic wets. If you're fishing a lot of classic wet flies like greenbuck skunks and black bears, freight trains, keep them on size 2s, size 4s. If you're fishing intruders, 2.5, 3 inches, 3.5 inches, that range works really good. because of the lower water, fish a sparser tide fly. Don't get them too dressed up. So if you got a heavily dressed fly, take your scissors to them, thin them out a little bit, cut back on the flash a little bit. That should all help with that. Also, the lower waters, you can probably get away with a scanning line and probably a type 7 seconds poly leader. Some places you may still want to run your Skagits to cut down in these little tighter, faster waters with maybe some T11 or T8. That should be about all you really need to do right now. Probably, somewhere between a 5 second to a 8 second sink tip. And obviously I run about a 5 to 6 foot fluorocarbon leader to get that fly away from the sink tip. So, but the biggest thing down in the DSR is just cover water. The upper river, like the fly zones, there's some steelhead up there. There's still some salmon in there. Once in a while I find some really nice looking salmon for the new arrivals. So there's an odd one of those two up there. There's still some spawning activity. It's still kind of like an egg bite up there if you want to swing egg sucking leeches, but a lot more drifting egg patterns, probably size 10, size 8. I would like to use like a 3x or excuse me, a 2x. We're using like 2x 10-pound tippets because the fish is so hot. I'd prefer to use like a 3x or an 8-pound leader because you get a better drift of those smaller egg flies. But when you get hooked up, those fish are just on fire. So you got to be real careful to survive the first 2 minutes of the fight. The mid-river between the fly zones and the DSR, same rule goes. Upper river, the upper portion of the river, egg patterns. Lower river, you can swing. Like if you're like above town on to like 2A, somewhere above 2A, swinging will work. Once you get like Sportsman's on up, there's been a lot of gravel. There's still some spawning going on. You're going to want to fish those slots and cuts, and you work with egg patterns. That's going to be your best bet. But if you want to swing, by all means, swing. You might just cover a lot of water. You should be able to move a fish or two. Biggest concern is watch the water flows. I'm afraid they're going to be going down instead of up. So want to check that before you head up. As for the western tribs, we got a bunch of browns. The brown trout fishing has been decent. It's been good. I haven't been on the Oak. The reports there has been very good. I've been on the creeks. The creeks have been fishing good. There again, we use a 10-foot 7-weight for a rod. I just thought I heard voices. 10-foot 7-weight for a rod, and we use a floating line in the creeks. Even in the Oak, that's a great setup. And a lot of egg patterns. There's been a lot of salmon that spawn just before these brown trout come up, so they're really keyed on egg flies. So it's an egg bite. I found that here my best color has been chartreuse and Oregon cheese, like Oregon cheese roe bugs. Haven't done anything on orange other than rinse them off and get the dust off them. I mean, the fish here don't want them. But Oregon cheese and chartreuse have been working excellent. So it's just covered here again. We're into the first week of November. It's a build-up week. This is the week I find a lot of our big males. We should have, the way it looks, several good weeks, or maybe a month and a half of really good brown trout fishing. That all depends on Mother Nature and the weather, and if we get iced up. Well, that's about it, folks. Thanks for everybody stopping and saying hello. See you on the river. Oh yeah, I just got a reminder from Eric. He's running the camera. I need you to do the old hit the subscribe button for me and the bell icon, because I actually got a couple fishing videos on the computer that I'm editing when I get a chance. So here again, hit that subscribe and like, because that helps. And we got some videos, some other videos coming. So see you, folks. This is Jay at JPEG Guides and Lost River Fishing. We are a year-round fly fishing catch and release guide service. We fish the Lake Ontario tributaries, and then during the spring and the summer we also fish the inland trout streams, classic dry fly fishing. During the heat of the summer we will do the warm water fishing for bass and pike. If you're interested in any of our outings or have any questions, please feel free to email us at fish@lostriversfishing.com. Hope to hear from you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.